Hey folks, welcome to InTheMoneyStocks.com's live trading action video. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Today's date is Tuesday, September 15th, 2015. Well, I want to revamp on a stock I gave you guys about a week and a half. The stock is up 10% since I alerted you, and I think it's got another 20% to go at least. The name is Lumber Liquidators. I highlighted it basically going back right here when we were trading around $14.50 because you had a beautiful bullish consolidation pattern right here coming in above the 20 moving average. And one of the things I liked so much about this chart was that when the markets were collapsing, when you had that morning where the Dow was down 1,000 points before rallying slightly off the lows towards the end of the day, this stock did not take any sort of hit. In fact, since the markets have gone down off of those all-time highs, Lumber Liquidators has slowly moved up, gone sideways, and then moved up more. And this stock, while it's crept up beautifully, up 10% since my alert, basically $1.50, it hasn't even had the big move that I'm expecting. And that's what I love here, folks. So again, I just wanted to kind of retouch on this. A lot of people emailed me asking me could I give an update on it, so here is the update. All right, this stock continues to move higher, and at this point, I still expect a move to at least $18 plus. Okay, and again, the reasoning here for 18 is very clear. It's a gap fill. That's at $18.50. So you're talking about another $2.50 or almost 20% upside here. Okay, now that's just target 1. Target 2 for me would be here at around $25. And I think this year you will hit both those targets. All right, now would it be smart to take a little off the table, at least half when you get to first target? Sure. You can probably get a pullback off that level and buy more. But either way, folks, let me talk about my reasoning here. Not only is the chart acting amazingly well, but notice how the big sell-off here, which was, I mean, look at all the gap downs, first of all. All right, big drop here, gap. All right, big drop, consolidation, gap, gap, gap. And then notice how here you had a gap and the volume was very big. And then since then, look at the volume on the buy side. This tells us that there's shorts covering, but more importantly, there's bigger buyers accumulating. And that's something that gets my attention, guys. Absolutely gets my attention. So there's a huge amount of shorts here. And also think about the trouble that this company has had. I mean, it has been in the news about, you know, their hardwood floors and the laminates and all that stuff and potential high levels of formaldehyde or whatever it may be. But that's all out there. All right, this stock has been punished because of that. Now think about what else is going to come out. I mean, is there potentially some more negative news? Yes. I mean, there's always the small chance of it. But in reality, I mean, how much more bad news can there be? I mean, they basically covered every angle here on the negative news side. The one thing that hasn't been covered is positive news. All right, where's that positive news? Where's growth at same-store sales inching up? Where's potentially a buyer? You know, I think a Lowe's or a Home Depot, which don't really focus as much on the hardwood side or the laminates, I mean, it would be a no-brainer to buy out this company at this price point, assuming everything's kosher within the company. So again, I mean, to me, I look at this and I love the chart. I love the price action lately. I love how it's acted when the market's been selling off and been weak, but it's been going up. I love all those factors. But in addition, you have to like the fact that most of the negative news should be out there, and at this point, you have to figure that there's got to be some positive news coming on at some point. At some point, there's got to be some positive news. So for me, I have this play, okay, and I like it. I like it quite a bit. I have options on it as well. And do I have a ton of money in it? No. I mean, you would never risk a ton of money on a higher risk. This is kind of in the mid-cap range or even the small-cap range now. So, I mean, you're not going to risk a ton. But is it something that I think is a good risk-reward at these levels, considering there's a fair amount of risk, but there's a ton of reward? Yes, I think at this point that makes sense to me. So again, folks, short term, you're going to see a little resistance at the 50 MA. If it can get through the 50, it has a straight shot to $18.50, $18.50. And the 50 MA is at around the $16.50. So you got to, if it hits the 50, you got another $2 upside if it can break that 50 moving average. Okay, so again, there's the update for those of you that were interested. And again, I gave this trade to you literally about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago when it was around $14.50. And here it is, guys, the update for you to check out. And again, I just want to show you this real quick. I always like to show this, guys, because again, you know, there's tons of videos out there from talking heads who think they're good. And bottom line is, the only way to be sure is a third-party verified track record. And again, if you go here to the Research Center, okay, here's your Research Center, and you go down, Here's your track record. Click on it, and there's your third-party verified track record. Has our losers in it. You know, no one's perfect. I'm definitely not perfect, but it's all about how many winners versus how many losers and your net percentage gain. And that's a track record that's awesome. 700 and almost 11% gain. 711% gain, net gain. And everyone says, oh, well, you'd never put all your money in one position. Well, obviously, you wouldn't do that. So let's take a conservative view and say you just put 10% of your account in every position we gave. You're still up 71, almost 72% on the year. Think about that. We're aiming for 100% this year. That would be a return that no one else can even come close to out there that's trading, even hedge funds, even the best hedge fund out there. You show that to Warren Buffett and he'll be blown away. All right, guys. Enjoy. Thanks as always for being watchers here. Come join us. Come join the Research Center. Get the next update. Get the next trade. Get the next big winner. Take care.